What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KozMatt's Wrestling Recap. With the Royal Rumble fully behind us now, and we are on the road to Elimination Chamber, SmackDown kicked off with a bang. What did you think about it, Matthew?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the one that said this was the best 3 hour SmackDown in forever. It was definitely up there.
That it was, for sure.
Mm.
It kicked off with none other than Jey Uso, the men's Royal Rumble winner, kicking off the show with his patented and standard, I guess you could say now, 10-minute yeet off with the crowd. They just get amped up for that thing. Interrupted by Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes telling him that if he chooses him to face at WrestleMania, it'll be the biggest mistake of his, and he wants to remain friends and just enjoy the night tonight. This brought out Jacob Fatu and Tonga, which led to a brawl that I did not see coming, but Cody and Jay stood tall to end the segment.
Good stuff here. I mean, with Jay calling Cody out, I mean, it was definitely interesting. Are we really going to get Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso at WrestleMania? I highly doubt that. But, I think we'll get a better idea in the coming weeks. The women's action next here, Bianca Belair, Piper Niven. Every time I think of this girl, I can't even breathe. Piper Niven, man, I'll tell you, she looked good tonight. How about that?
Woo!
Unsuccessful attempt at a KOD before Belair was just planted with a slam. I'll tell you, Piper Niven, man, she is the Nia Jax of women's wrestling. Belair takes the win here. But you know what? I think she failed twice hitting that finisher and was successful on that third try. But, I mean, getting Piper up, it's got to be something. But Belair advances to Women's Elimination Chamber. Tag team action next here. Let's talk about DIY and Pretty Deadly. Good following here with Pretty Deadly and DIY. So Wilson ended up stealing the win by countering a dirty pinfall into one of their own. So they earn a title shot at the tag team championships. DIY defeated by Pretty Deadly. Interesting stuff. I think it's time to move Pretty Deadly up that ladder. I'd say so.
I couldn't agree with you more, man. Absolutely get some fresh blood at the top of that tag team division. You know, DIY, the heels they are, having a million excuses in the book saying they weren't in their ring gear and they weren't ready for the match. You know what? As champs, you got to be ready and stay ready. That's what I say. This brought us next to another Elimination Chamber qualifier match, a triple threat match now, actually.
Jimmy Uso, LA Knight, and Drew McIntyre. It definitely gave us some hard hitting. It looked like there was time throughout this match where LA Knight and Drew McIntyre, they got into a bout. I don't know if it was a shoot, but I'll tell you, they threw some slaps on one another, and it looked legit.
If you read into the storylines heading into that, apparently Drew McIntyre was not very happy with LA Knight in the Rumble, saying that he was just going after his own spots. So I think there was some personal beef there. With
Drew McIntyre taking the dub here, scored the win by hitting a Claymore to LA Knight. Shades to that one, huh? That was LA Knight was hitting a BFT on Jimmy Uso. Drew McIntyre got that bitter end here. He is advancing to the Elimination Chamber. LA Knight, man, let's see if this beef continues. They can make it into something.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Akira Tozawa and Carmelo, I'll tell you, I think putting them together here was smart. Could Carmelo take the W? Absolutely. Could Akira take a W? Sure, but who would need it more? I think Carmelo. Flying leg drop to the back of Tozawa's neck to score the pin and win here. Carmelo Hayes finally took a W, I'll tell you. But if he was to take the W against somebody, it would be Akira Tozawa, unfortunately.
Yeah, right call for sure. Finally getting him back on that winning streak, and hopefully he can start building momentum heading into Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania. Speaking of WrestleMania, can we just talk about Charlotte Flair, a Royal Rumble winner, coming out next, making it known that they need to beg her for her to pick a champion of her choosing, and you know what? It's just not doing it for me. The crowd's not behind it. Fortunately, we had Tiffany Stratton come out saying that she's no longer being compared to Charlotte Flair. She is the new Charlotte Flair, and she's above and beyond, and she would be lucky if her and Charlotte had a match because Tiffany Stratton's on top and will stay there. And then what happened next, Matthew? Our girl, Nia Jax, interrupted.
Effing Jax, bro.
Looking good.
She looked absolutely astronomical tonight. The way that she was riding those spandex, I can tell you probably were, foaming at the mouth here. What did you think of Nia Jax this week? It's like Seth Rollins. The way they come dressed is like, it's just absolutely asinine.
You know what? This was a great segment because it led right into our next match. But Nia Jax saying that, she's demanding her title rematch next week against Tiffany Stratton, and Charlotte saying that she's going to stick around to see who the winner's going to be. So,
I think we all know how this is going to go. I think we're going to see Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. Somehow Nia Jax is going to take the loss. And I think it's going to be in thanks to Charlotte Flair. But hey, we'll see what they got cooking. Let's go next. Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Alexa Bliss, Candice LeRae.
Oh, yeah.
Bliss looked great. There were times where Candice, gave it to her. But Alexa with this persona, she's got some astronomical power to her. And I'll tell you, she is giving us vibes of that Wyatt 6 group, and I think we're going to finally get it. Throughout the night, throughout this match, we saw some static on the TV. Definitely shades to Wyatt 6, but Bliss winning her first singles match in 2 years with her sister Abigail was a great way, especially advancing towards Elimination Chamber.
Oh, yeah. That jacket she wears in her entrance honoring Bray is just so cool. And it was honestly so good to see her back in the ring, showing no ring rust at all. I know you and I were talking about this. Two big women's matches at Mania are going to be Charlotte Flair and Tiffany, like you just said, and Alexa Bliss versus Rhea, in my opinion. So I'm here for it.
Sooner than later, we're going to get Alexa Bliss on fire, and it's going to cause Rhea Ripley to come out once we get more set up with that Charlotte-Tiffany Stratton feud. But let's go to our main event here. Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes against Jacob, Fatu, and Tama Tonga. This faction we got with Tama Tonga and Fatu. Let's say I think Fatu has he been over with the crowd? I think he was, but I hate to say that momentum kind of shifted. Yeah. Now, Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes defeating Fatu and Tonga. I thought they were going to close the show with, one of these teams standing tall. As Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, yes, stand tall, out comes Solo Sikoa. Well, he's dressed in black, and he comes and attacks Cody Rhodes out of nowhere. Nobody saw it coming. That's how they ended the show. A stare down onto a beaten Cody Rhodes. Solo Sikoa, man. This guy is being booed out of the building and definitely was not expecting that.
Oh, dude, this came out of left field, as you could say. Nobody was expecting it, but it's getting Solo Sikoa very much heat. And you know what? I wasn't on board with him leading the bloodline after, everything that happened with Roman Reigns, but after the pop he got tonight, because everyone was just so shocked by it, I think WWE is making the right move here.
Couldn't agree more, dude.
Let us know what you guys thought about the show and the shocking return of Solo Sikoa and the return of Alexa Bliss that I'm so happy about.
Shocking, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. What was shocking was what Nia Jax was wearing, but we'll get into that.
We'll wait till next week. I'll tell you that.
All right. With that being said, let us know what you guys thought about the show. Always like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys next time. Until then, peace out. This has been KozMatt. Thanks for watching.